Hello, good morning, good afternoon. My name is Alexis Quirk, and I'm currently a part of Psychology 2301. For my honors project, I chose the topic of health and happiness. So in this video, I will go into detail on how to eliminate stressors from your life, enhance your happiness as an individual, and then also flourish as a human being. So for my first topic, I'll get into coping. Stressors are events in life that are unfortunately unavoidable, but we view them as threatening and challenging. In order to alleviate these stressors, people have to cope. And so for coping, there are also two forms of coping, which are problem-focused coping and then emotional-focused coping. Problem-focused coping directly changes the stressor. So for example, if you're having an argument with your significant other, you go to your significant other and fix the problem itself. So this is focusing directly on the problem. As for emotional coping, you're basically just ignoring the stressor. So instead of focusing on the actual problem, you just ignore it while focusing on your emotional needs. So like, let's say you got a C on a test and you're really upset about it. Instead of studying and trying to better that grade, maybe retaking the test, you maybe binge watch some movies or eat some snacks to make yourself feel better rather than directly focusing the problem. Coping is necessary in order to relieve the stressors even just a little bit, because without coping, you're pretty much just gonna be upset. There's no way to try and reach that goal of happiness. So as stressors are known as uncontrollable events, when these uncontrollable events pile on top of each other, you can feel a sense of helplessness, which also can lead to a feeling of loss of control. With loss of control come many downfalls and many negatives, such as having a higher chance of becoming ill or any negative effects on your health. Having control is pretty much essential to human functioning. Whether you experience a sense of control or you're even given a sense of control, you experience less stress. So for example, being given a sense of control, whether it's in like work and you're being able to do these tasks individually and have control over them, it boosts work morale, it alleviates stress. When you lose a sense of control, your stress is increased, your health decreases, and then also your blood pressure rises. All these negative hormones are released into your body, all because you lost a sense of control, or you're not even coping with these stressors, just leading to an unhealthy life and an unhealthy mindset. Your perception of control is also very important, which also leads into internal locus of control and external locus of control. So these two views on control are very important, as it leads to essentially how your health is and how your outlook on life is. So external locus of control is when someone will believe that outside forces are affecting their control, whether it's they have bad luck or just bad things happen to them. They view their sense of control as outside forces acting upon it. Those who have an internal locus of control believe that they control their own destiny. Those that have an internal locus of control also have less depression and generally a more positive view on life. Free will also kind of ties into an internal locus of control. So building self-control is the ability to hold back impulses and delay short-term gratification. By developing self-control, you're also developing self-discipline, which turns to a happier, healthier, and more successful life in the end. Our outlook on life greatly depicts how we deal with stress, which also leads to optimism and pessimism. As for pessimists, they pretty much just expect things to go badly. They attribute their poor performance to a lack of ability and also just kind of like blame things on the world and blame things on life. Optimists, on the other hand, have a better control over negative life events and can control these stressors in a more positive way. By thinking like an optimist and responding to negative setbacks in your life with a positive attitude, it'll have a positive influence on your life. Another way that people cope with stress is by having social support surrounding them, which is having a social network, whether it's friends or family, giving you the feeling of being liked and encouraged by them. The feeling of being liked and encouraged promotes happiness and health, which is a no-brainer. Close relationships with best friends, family, or even a significant other gives us open heart therapy, which is basically confiding in your feelings and just letting out all your emotions, the bad ones, even the positive ones, and helping you feel better and cope with stress. While talking about a long ago stressful event may upset you currently or may even anger you, in the long run it calms you down and releases those negative feelings. It's also important to be careful of who you surround yourself with and who's in your social network. It's important to know whether or not these friends or just the people that you have around you will either help you or hinder you. Are they going to lead you to happiness, or in the long run, will they lead you to sadness? The next topic that I'm going to get into is reducing stress, which means having a sense of control, developing more optimistic thinking, and having a strong, positive social network surrounding you. These all lead to a greater sense of happiness, greater health, and also greater well-being. Another way to reduce stress is through aerobic exercise. Aerobic exercise is defined as oxygen-consuming, sustained exercise. Examples include running, swimming, jogging, things that you can do on a daily basis. Moderate exercise increases your quality of life, it increases your energy, it leads to a better mood, it's a strong predictor of healthy and long life functioning. It is found that those who do aerobic exercise at least 3 times a week have more vigor, they have more self-confidence, and then they also feel less depressed and less fatigued. While time may heal all wounds, relaxation and meditation is also a way to speed up that process. Relaxation procedures are found to alleviate headaches, alleviate insomnia, depression, and hypertension as well. A type of meditation is mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness activates brain regions which are associated with emotion regulation, therefore making you less susceptible to making bad decisions, making quick and negative decisions, and letting you be able to think about what you're going to do and therefore having a more better positive outcome. Communities of faith are also heavily tied to happiness and having a better lifestyle. Religion often promotes marriage and it often promotes healthy behaviors. While promoting healthy behaviors, this also can lead to less smoking and less drinking, which are very negative effects that can harm the rest of your life and have very negative consequences. By promoting marriage, it also promotes really close relationships, which, as said before, lead to open heart therapy. It also leads to confiding in your feelings and just having someone there making you feel better and making you happier. Religion also ties in a lot of different ways of coping for stress and relieving stress. This includes meditation, whether it's through prayer or other forms of meditation. It promotes a healthy lifestyle. Religious people also have a sense of hope for the future, and they usually tend to have a better outlook and a more positive outlook on life. By going to church or having a community of faith, it also promotes a social network where you communicate with those around you and you have a sense of togetherness, which is a really good positive social network. Our state of happiness and mood greatly affects everything. When your mood is gloomy, you kind of see the whole world as depressing and meaningless. You think more critically of your surroundings and you're very skeptical as a person, or you can tend to be skeptical. When your mood brightens, your thinking also broadens, and then you're a more playful and creative person. By having a positive mood, you just think of the world as kind of a happier place to live in and a place you want to be in. As a result of a happy or positive mood, happiness doesn't just feel good, it also does good. It is found that those that are happy also tend to do more positive good deeds, such as helping out the homeless, donating, even just helping out more around the house and at work. Positive psychology is an umbrella term for studying positive emotions, positive character traits, and also institutions. So there are 3 pillars in positive psychology. The pillar of positive well-being is not just about building a good life, but it's also building a pleasant one that engages your skills and then also enables a more meaningful life that looks beyond oneself. The second pillar is the pillar of positive traits. So these are traits that you have that you want to enhance, such as creativity, wisdom, leadership, any of these skills that are really necessary in life and that you can use to better yourself and become a more well-rounded and positive person. The third pillar includes positive groups, positive cultures, and positive communities. These all seek to foster a positive social circle. To a certain extent, money does buy happiness, especially to those in their middle working years. For example, being able to buy food, to put food on your plate at the end of the day, by having a sense of control, being able to control your income, or being able to pay off your taxes, and even being able to treat yourself at the end of the day do provide a sense of happiness. Happiness is relative towards your own experiences, which leads to the adaptation level phenomenon. This describes our general tendency on how we view life's events based on past experiences. This creates a neutral level on how we view events and stimuli in life. As humans, it's natural for us to compare ourselves to one another, and in the end, it may even make us feel better. This also goes into relative depression, when we feel that we are either worse off or better off as those around us. When you feel as if you're worse off, than those around you, you're gonna be feeling depressed, you're gonna be feeling upset and negative. When you feel more better off than those around you, you're gonna feel more happier and more content with life. In conclusion, there are many factors that can affect your happiness, whether it's where you live, the people you surround yourself with, and even the unfortunate stressors that fall into your life. It's important to focus on having a positive social network, having people around you that can better you, that encourage you, and even inspire you as a person. But having hobbies and activities, and even a workplace that lets you take control over your actions and that engages your most positive skills, all you're doing is growing as a person. You're making yourself better, and therefore in the end having a better future. You also need to take care of your body. You need to give your body the sleep that it needs, give it the nutrients that it needs. When you don't have a healthy foundation in your life, and that foundation is your body, anything you try and build on top of it is just gonna crumble. Any activities that you try, any new outlooks on life, you need to have a positive foundation. By having a positive outlook on life and giving your body all the good things that it needs, all that can follow is positive. At the end of the day, count your blessings, be thankful for what you have in life. Realize all the things around you, all that you're grateful for. By taking the time to realize what you have and what others don't, it really allows you to have a broader sense of thinking, a more positive way of thinking. By observing and practicing these different ways to reduce your stress and cope with stress, in the end you can enhance your happiness, you can flourish as a human being, and hopefully alleviate these stressors in your life and therefore become a happier person. I just want to thank everyone that's watching for taking the time out of their day to watch this video, and I hope you all have a great day, great night, and thank you for watching my project.